Welcome to Tech Brothers with Ahmed. Today we are going to learn a unique scenario and very interesting. We need to download or remove the file from FTP server, but let's say the file is not present. If we try to download or delete the file, we will get an error as the file is not available or present on FTP server. How we can handle this situation or avoid this error? Now, to handle the situation, we have a solution. How to we will learn few things in this video, and I will show you what exactly is the solution. And the things we are going to learn, how to run couple of tests first of all and create the error and see how exactly the error looks like. Second, we are going to create some variables in SSIS package and make use of them. So those variables will be remote path, the folder on the FTP site, that we call it remote path or remote folder. We have a file name, and then we have local folder on which we will download the file. Next, we will create an FTP connection manager in SSIS package and see how it works and what type of information we need to provide. And number 4, we will create a flag variable that we'll use in the script task, and we will change the value of that variable from maybe 0 for not available and 1 for available, and then we will use that variable in the presence constraint to handle the flow of SSIS package. Now let me show you the FTP, and this is our FTP server, and this is main root, and then I have a couple of folders here. I have sales and test folder. I'm gonna go to sales and provide my username and password, hit OK, and it will take me to these files, and I want to download this file. So that's what I want to do. Next, what I need to do, I need to create an SSIS package. So I'm going to create a new package by right clicking on one SSIS packages tab in SSDT SQL Server Data Tools. If you are using old versions, you will be using bids. You will be doing pretty much the same thing. Hit a new SSIS package, and now we can create those variables. I always create the variable because we can always change the value of these variables by using the configuration, and on each of the environment we don't have to open the package and recreate it. So we can call it local folder path, and it is going to be string, and then we provide the path where we want to download those files, or one file. In this case we want to download only one file, and let me take the folder path. Let's go back here, provide the value. Next, we will be creating remote folder name, so we will call it a remote folder. Let's call it just remote folder, and here we will call it string, and now I can provide the remote folder. That's in our case it is sales. That's our remote directory or folder here, so you can see that, and all the files are under that. Next, we will be creating the file name which we want to download or which we want to delete. So in this case we want to download customer under 2000 sales underscore 2015 0506. That's what the file we want to download, and we will go to the package again, provide the value, and finally we will be creating a variable called flag. I will show you how we will make use of this variable. Now the value of this variable is 0. Let's bring FTP task and try to download the file. So hit FTP task, then we will go here in the FTP connection and make a new connection. Here you have to provide the server name or the IP address of your FTP server. So in my case I'm going to use the IP address. Provide the IP. Do not provide the FTP : //. If you will provide that, it will throw an error. So provide the username and then provide the password. Test the connection. Looks good. Now next we go to file transfer tab, and here we'll select the receive file as we are downloading the file. Is the local path variable? Yes, it is, and we have to provide that folder path. So local folder path. And next, if you want to overwrite the files, yes, if the file is already existing in the local folder and our FTP task would rerun, we want to overwrite the existing file. And here is a remote path variable. No, it's not remote path. We have to provide the folder that will be sales backslash our customer sales or sale and 2015 0506 and .txt. But I don't want to write this information here. I want to build this information by using the variables. So I'm going to remove this part, go to the expressions, and then hit here, go to the remote path, and here I will be using those two variables. I have a variable called remote folder, and then I have to use plus sign, double quotes, backslash, double quotes, plus sign, and then file name. So that's how I will be building the remote path with folder and file name that I need to download. So hit OK, we are all good. Now if I run this one, what happened? This is going to download a file for me in the folder from the FTP server. So let's go to the folder and take a look. So the file is downloaded now. You can just see that this is the time, and what is happening now? It is working great, but sometimes the file is not present. Maybe you look for a sale file that is uploaded every day and it has sale underscore current day, and you have to, in those cases, you have to write the expressions on your file name by using get date and just say sales underscore, and you use the get date function to add the date part to it. And I have a lot of examples like that's how you will be writing. In this case, sales, just want to show you, but I don't want to write it, underscore plus, and yes, you said dt wstr and 30, and then you say get date function. So that's how you will build your expressions, and then you will be only taking the substring and take this part. So you have sales underscore the date. So that's how you can build your unique name on each of the day, and that's what you need to look for that file on the FTP server. And if that file is not there, you don't want to throw error. You want to just complete your package successfully. So right now, let's change this one to 07. We know that this file does not exist on our FTP. We go back here and we see we don't have anything with 07. So there isn't any file. If I run this package now, what is going to happen? It failed, and it is given us error. File represented by this path does not exist. So that's the error you will get if you will try to download or try to delete the file from FTP server that does not exist. We do not want to fail our FTP task. Instead of that, we want to complete the package successfully and also send an email if the file does not exist. So I'm going to use script task here. And in this script task, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use all those information. First of all, let me make the FTP connection manager name to the FTP connection. I can rename anything, but I don't like spaces, and it is hard to deal with spaces. Excuse me. And now what I have here, I'm going to use this script task here. I will set the value of this variable. Depending on the value of this variable, I will run the FTP task, and if the value is 0, I will send an email. So I can use script task or execute SQL task, or I can use send mail task to send an email if file does not exist. file not exist. If file exists, we want to run the FTP task and download or delete the file, and we will say file exists. Now we can write the Precedence Constraint right away, or we can write once we are done with the script task. So let's do after we are done with the script task. So double click, and here before I go, I have created this package already. I'm going to copy the script so we can use that one, and we don't have to rewrite everything from scratch, and it will take forever sometime to write these things. So copy from here. I will have this script on the blog post, so you can go ahead and copy and paste the only thing you need to do. But here I want to walk you through and make you understand each and every step what exactly we are doing. So I'm going to open the script task, go to the language that I want to use. Here I'm going to use the Visual Basic, and you can use whatever you like. Then you will be selecting the variables, and we will select all those variables. And here we will be selecting, let's find the user variables. We have file name, we have flag, and then we have a local folder. I'm not downloading the file, so I don't need to use the local folder path here, but I need to use the remote folder, so I'm going to use that one, and that's all we have. And one thing we did here, if you see, we selected the flag here, so we don't need to select the flag variable here. We have to actually select the flag here in the read write variables, because we are going to set the value for this variable. So hit OK. Now hit script, and now what is going to happen, we have copied some script from the previous SSIS package that I'm going to paste it. So then we will walk you through from here. First of all, I am declaring some variables. So let's talk about these variables. So I'm saying dim string folder array. So this variable can hold all the folder names that are present in our remote directory that we are going to give below. And then we have a dim string file array that can hold all the file names that our folder contains. So here, if I am providing working directory as sales, so all the names of these files will be saved in this array. And then we will be using dim file name, that's local variable, and we will make use of that one. And then we have remote directory, we have just declared a variable, so we can use it. And here I am setting the value of remote directory to the, by using the value in the package we have user remote folder path. If you remember, we have created this variable. Next, what we are doing now, we are opening a connection or making a connection by using the FTP connection here. So we have FTP connection that we have created in SSIS package, so we don't have to provide the password or username and anything here. We are just going to open or use that connection here. So we will use these couple of lines to acquire that connection, and then we will connect to the FTP. Now once we are connected, we have to provide a FTP set working directory. So on which directory you want to work, and I am using a remote directory, and here we are setting that value to the local variable by using a remote folder path. So in package, if we make a change to any and provide any value, any folder on the FTP, that will be set as a working directory. And ftp.get listing will get us all the folder names, and it will get us all the file names. We are not going to make use of folders in this case, but we will have another example where we will make use of them. But here we will be using a string file array. So this has all those file names here. So now our next part is making sure what we are looking for. Here I'm saying if a file string array is nothing, it means it doesn't have anything. If there is, this folder is totally empty, so what you do, okay, close the FTP connection and then set the value of this variable is equal to 0. this is already 0, but I'm just going one step ahead and saying, okay, I want to reset the value to 0, just to make sure if we have somebody has set to some other value, we want to set to 0. Now we are just printing this message here, just to see for debugging. This we can put the comment, we don't need to use this one. Next, if we have the files, it will come to else part, and then we will use the for each loop. As we have multiple file names sitting in the string file array, it will loop through and save into the file name variable, and then we are printing the file name variable that will show us the file name each time it will extract from the string file array. Next, we are checking if a file name is equal to the variable we have used in the package. So we are saying if it is equal to that variable value. So what happened then? That means that means the file is present that we are looking for. So if that's the case, set the value of this flag variable to the 1, and then also show us the value of this flag. So it's just there. We will remove these message boxes once we will done with the debugging or development. Now and if and then we say next. So keep looping until you are not done, and then you close the FTP connection once you are done and get out of this if main statement. So that's all. You have it, very simple. And then this is default, like, okay, run the script successfully and end sub and all. Now let's save this one, build it, and build it succeeded. Close it. One point before I go ahead and close this window, I would like to tell you, if file name is equal to this variable, so we are doing exact match. And if you are not interested in exact match, let's say you are saying, okay, if any of sale file is present on the directory, I wanna start downloading, or I wanna start deleting them in FTP Task. So you can do it. So in that case, you will be saying if a file name dot contains, and then you have to provide this variable value. So if that file name will contain this value, whatever you have saved in the user variable in SSIS package, then the value of this variable will be set to 1, and then you can run the FTP depending on this value. So hit save it now. As you have seen that we have saved 0 or 1 in this variable, we are going to make use of this one. So hit OK, and if the file is present, that means at the rate flag is equal to 1. So at the rate flag equal to 1. Test it, looks good. So then what you do, FTP task runs and file exists. So perform whatever we need to perform, and if at the rate flag is equal to 0, then send an email or do nothing. So if we don't have to have this one. If you have it sending email every time, fine. If you just don't do anything, just run the package completed. So this package can run 24 hours on 1 hour schedule or whatever the schedule you like. Now we don't have to make any changes here because we have used the variables, and values will be set automatically. Now here, let's go back with our old examples. First of all, the file is present. Now we're going to go delete the file. We are going to run our test 2 times. 1, the file is present. Okay, so we got some error. What is the error? It is an string, probably some maybe naming problem. Let's close this one, and it is let's try to take a look what happened. This error exception has been thrown by the target of sometimes these errors are really problem. So it is in set to the max error to the more than 1. I don't want to do it. I just want to fix this one. Why you want me to? So I have file name, I have flag, FTP connection. So I have this one, local folder path, remote folder. So I have all that. So we have file, user, remote folder, and here we have remote folder, and I think so I have put remote folder path. That's what the mistake is, and that's why we are getting this error. See that these errors are not that great. So if you see remote folder, that was I have put the path, and that was the error. It should have given me error, but it does not give you error. Also, it was when we ran it, it did not give us a descriptive error like, okay, your variable doesn't match with the whatever you have in the SSIS package. So error was very different. So you have to dig it. Most of the time it is your variables are case sensitive, or the naming is not correct. So those are very common issues. Excuse me. Now when we run this one, it find the file first, then say, okay, I'm setting the value to 1, then next file. So it keep looping through the files, but as it has find the files already, one file that were looking, so it ran the FTP task and downloaded the file. Now it's great. Next what we want to do, we want to provide a file name that is not present on the FTP. So here if we see that we don't have 07 at the end, so let's go back here and now change our file name to 07. So we are looking for a file that is sales underscore 2015 05 May and 07, and now let's run this one. In this case the flag should be set to 0. It should be it is already 0. There should be no effect by a script task, so it should come here, and as file is not present, and if the file is present, it will be always come into the file exist, as the value of the flag will be set in the script task. So let's go back and run it. Now if we run it, we see that the file it is showing us those messages, and the file is not there because we don't have 07 at the end. So what is going to happen? Now it came to this as the file does not exist. So you can make changes to the file name, or as I told you, you can write expressions on file name variable to build those file name for each of the day, and then that's all you need to do in this package. Let me do one more test. So here 2013, if I will copy this one, this file does exist, and if we will copy and paste this name here and run this package, now this should be downloaded to this folder. So let me go to the input folder, and here it should be downloaded. So let's run it, and you can see that we will not get error. If the file is present, then it will be downloaded, and if the file is not present, we will not get an error. So the file was present, it was downloaded successfully, so we can see that it is downloaded. And if the file does not exist, so let me change this one to, let's say, underscore Amir, just weird name, but let's do it. And this time it should not do anything, and package will complete successfully. So this is great. I mean, I feel like this is awesome. You are handling by using the script task instead of changing max error counts to this more than 1 and all those kind of thing, and I don't feel comfortable doing it. I would like to say we can use the script task and handle by using precedence constraint. One more thing, even we don't have to use the FTP task here, we can download the file or the delete file inside the script task, but I don't want it to write more VB.NET or C# code to do that. We will have the example on that one as well, but this is where I wanted to show you the precedence constraint and how it works and all that. So one last thing I would like to say, we have the video on how to set up FTP server by using Windows 7 or Windows 2012, and if you are interested to set up your own FTP, you can go ahead and watch those videos and learn it, and then perform all these different tasks. So the best way is to perform the task, and not just instead of keep watching the video, because there are things that you want to do by yourself and you get errors and you will debug, and that's how you will learn it. Thanks very much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in next video.